Okay, so now that we've talked about lines and how to graph them from a table, another very important feature of a line on a graph is its slope. So we're going to split this up into 2 days. We're going to talk about slope from a graph today, and we'll talk about how to find slope from just 2 points or a table tomorrow. So for our purposes today, your title is slope from a graph, and we're also going to write that slope is equal to rise over run. That means slope goes up or down first, and then left or right. We also refer to slope as change in y over change in x. Y is always on the top, rise is always on the top, x is always on the bottom, run is always on the bottom. Okay, so for our first example, I need you to glue in this graph. Okay, all your graphs are different today, but this is our first one. And we just want to talk about rise over run. So if I start with this point on the left, to get to this point, I'm going to go straight down. I'm going straight down 1. Since I went down, is a -1. Then I'm going to go to the right so I can get to this point. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since it was to the right, that's positive. So let's make a note here. We'll say that left and down are negative, right and up are positive. So I went down, that's a -1. I went right, that's a +5. So our slope is -1/5. You always put your rise on top, your run on the bottom. All right, -1/5 is our answer. Also, we use m for slope, and there's no particular reason that is. We couldn't use s because it was already taken by standard deviation, a different part of mathematics. So they chose m just because it was available. But from now and all the rest of your math classes, m is slope, it stands for slope. All right, so I need you to glue this one in next. Again, I'm going to start with my left point and try to move to my other point. So in this case, I'm going to go up 2, so that's a +2. And then I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So +6. So my slope is 2, 6. This can simplify though. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify by taking a 2 out of top and bottom, and I get 1/3. Okay, you want to simplify if you can. Okay, next example. Actually, let me go back just for a second. Improper fractions are okay. So let's say I have something like 7/2. This is okay. Because that means I'm going up 7 and over 2. We want to simplify things because for 1/3, I could have also gone up 1 and over 3 and still been on my line. Okay, but improper fractions, just leave that way. You're only going to simplify if they have a common factor. Like these are both even, so I knew I could take a 2 out of top and bottom. All right, next graph. In this one, I'm not going up or down at all. Instead, I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. So my slope would be 0/7. 0 divided by anything else is just 0. Okay, so horizontal lines have slopes of 0. So all horizontal lines like this have a slope of 0. Vertical lines, it looks like I'm going down 4, but then I'm not going anywhere left or right. There is no run. So this one would be -4 divided by 0, but we can't divide by 0. It's not possible. So we say that this is undefined. Or you could use the symbol for undefined, which is a 0 with a slash through it. Okay? All vertical lines have undefined slope. Okay, and then here's a quick sum of what we just talked about today. So positive slope, if it rises from left to right, and we always read from left to right, just like how we read a book from left to right. So from left to right, this one is going up. From left to right, this one is going down, so it's negative. All horizontal lines have a slope of 0, and all vertical lines have an undefined slope. Okay? All right, at this point, you can show me your notes. You should have 4 graphs and also the definition of slope from the very beginning, and I will give you your assignment.